Right now, an icon of the U.S. Supreme Court has died. More on the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg and assessing the political fallout that is sure to follow. And saying goodbye to a business from a bygone era. Family video store is set to close across southern Wisconsin.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
And thanks for joining us tonight. This is a live look at the United States Supreme Court, Washington, D.C., where hundreds of people are gathering, a crowd building to remember and honor the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who passed away tonight from complications of metastatic pancreatic cancer. Bader Ginsburg was a star in the legal world, but most Americans learned her name in 1993 when President Clinton tapped her for the Supreme Court. She was only the second woman ever picked for the nation's highest court. Ginsburg took on a series of landmark cases dealing with gender equality, and as one of the high court's more liberal voices, Ginsburg consistently supported civil rights. Ginsburg has had several health scares. In 2018, doctors removed 2 growths from her lungs, causing her to miss 6 days in court. She survived colon cancer and 2 incidents involving pancreatic cancer, affectionately nicknamed RBG. She died tonight at the age of 87. Ginsburg, a key liberal vote on the court. Her death leaves a vacancy that will spur a political fight with less than 7 weeks before Election Day. Tonight, we're hearing from both presidential candidates. Joe Biden talking from Delaware, the president hearing the news as he was leaving a campaign event in Bemidji, Minnesota.
She just died? Wow. I didn't know that. You're telling me now for the first time. She led an amazing life. What else can you say? She was an amazing woman. Whether you agreed or not, she was an amazing woman who led an amazing life. I'm actually sad to hear that. I am sad to hear that. Thank you very much.
Who was not only a giant in the legal profession, but a beloved figure. And my heart goes out to all those who cared for her and care about her. And she practiced the highest American ideals as a justice, equality and justice under the law. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg stood for all of us.
Governor Evers called her death a devastating loss. Tonight, a UW expert on constitutional law and judicial politics tells News 3 Now the process moving forward may be something we have never seen in American history.
I think it's genuinely true that in literally any other year in American history, maybe back to 1802 or 1, there would be no question that nothing would be done to fill this seat before the election. I think it's entirely possible that Donald Trump, with the assistance of Mitch McConnell and the Republican Senate, will try to do something we've never seen before, which is to, I'm trying to find the right word, install a Supreme Court justice in the space of 2 weeks.
And tonight, about an hour after the news of Justice Ginsburg passing, the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, did say in a statement, quote, the president's nominee will receive a vote on the floor of the United States Senate. In recent weeks, the president added 20 new names to his running list of potential nominees and included several judges, as well as a few prominent Republican lawmakers, including Senators Tom Cotton of Arkansas, Ted Cruz of Texas, and Josh Hawley of Missouri. 2 women, including Amy Coney Barrett and former Wisconsin State Supreme Court Justice Diane Sykes, may also be considered. Be sure to stay with News 3 Now on air and online, channel3000.com, for the latest information and reaction to this developing story. Next at 10, the weekend is here. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now with our first warn forecast.
Well, we got a good head start on the weekend with sunny skies today. Temperatures are on the cool side, but we'll see a little bit of a warm up over the weekend. Patchy frost, though, is a possibility tonight. Time lapse from the WIC Skycam shows just some fair weather cumulus clouds popping up this afternoon, and then as we headed towards sunset, notice how those skies cleared out, and that's going to allow temperatures to really drop off. Not a drop of rain anywhere around Wisconsin right now. Low temperatures this morning, mid-40s, a couple places upper 30s to the north. High temperatures today today, lower 60s, but take a look at the current temperatures. They're very close to the lows for the day. If not, they're already. Camp Douglas down to 38, and those temperatures will continue to drop. A frost advisory in effect for areas north of Wisconsin Dells from 1 a.m. until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look for skies to remain clear. Low temperature here in Madison about 40. Tomorrow, sunny skies, high temperature at 63. A warm-up is on the way for next week. I'll have more details and weather in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Governor Tony Evers announced tonight the Department of Workforce Development Secretary Caleb Frostman has resigned at the governor's request. Frostman's resignation effective immediately. The governor says people across the state are struggling to make ends meet, and it is unacceptable, he says, that Wisconsinites continue to wait for the support they need during these challenging times. Corrections Deputy Secretary Amy Pehachik will lead the department's transition until a new secretary can be appointed. So long to the days of picking up a rental DVD, maybe some popcorn on a Friday night. Family Video is closing 200 stores in the Midwest. That includes Madison, Fort Atkinson, 2 in Janesville, 2 in Beloit. Our Gabriella Becerra shares the company's secret to staying in business far longer than its competitors.
When streaming services dominated the movie watching experience, it certainly hurt, but not as much as COVID. Streaming services slowly took customers away, but when Family Video was forced to close for 6 weeks during the coronavirus, it took everyone.
Trying to pick up from that and pick back up from that. Everybody, you know, is trying to kind of find a new normal, and unfortunately that new normal right now doesn't include this.
Now it's goodbye to what multi-store manager Missy Fogler says has become more than its name, an actual family.
I cried because it's one of those, I know these guys by name. They know me.
The same customers who helped Family Video stores last far longer than its competitors.
Look, it was customer service. It's always been customer service for us.
Makes for a good date night.
Despite subscribing to streaming services, customers like Kelsey Heitman and Cole Pryor still occasionally shop DVDs.
It's a date night thing. It feels like a little ritual to pick out a movie here and get a pizza instead of just sitting at a TV screen going okay, what else is there?
And Fogler is confident that this isn't goodbye to DVDs altogether.
Streaming, you have to have internet service, right? Unfortunately, we have those customers out there who don't have internet, so they need our services.
The Family Video on Maple Grove will close sometime in October, but until then, all of their merchandise is on sale. I'm Gabriella Becerra, News 3 Now.
Family Video in Sun Prairie is not closing. It will remain open for the foreseeable future. Monroe High School going virtual for the next couple of weeks. The district says it's due to an increase in COVID-19 cases at the high school among both students and staff. This will start Monday. It'll go through October 1st. Now, as of this morning, 3 staff members and 4 students at the high school tested positive. Students at the middle and elementary schools will continue to attend as previously scheduled. And for a second day in a row, Wisconsin broke a state record for new single-day cases. The state adding more than 2,600 new cases today, bringing the total case count above 97,000. The positivity rate continues to grow, now 19.4%. The 7-day average sits around 15%. Now, to honor those who have died of the virus here in Wisconsin, members of Trinity United Methodist Church in downtown Madison have created a ribbon tribute. This is for each of the more than 1,200 victims in the state so far. The church says the memorial was created as a way to both demonstrate the tragic impact the pandemic has had in our communities and also to give those who are mourning a place to pray, meditate, and honor the lives of their lost loved ones.
You forget that each death that you hear about, each of those numbers was an actual person. And so for us, being able to represent that with a ribbon in kind of this very visual way, I think helps bring this pandemic to life.
New tonight, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has revised guidance on who should be tested. The new guidelines mainly impact asymptomatic people who have come in contact with an infected person. They suggest those people get tested and quarantined for 14 days, which is a change from guidance released last month that said testing might not be necessary for people without any symptoms. There were 112 new cases reported by the UW today, 87 on campus, 25 from off campus. The UW says it is directing residents of Chadbourne Hall to be tested to get a more complete understanding of the conditions there. They expect to receive test results in the next few days and will then take any additional action at Chadbourne that may be appropriate. The UW says it's investigating hundreds of students and a handful of student organizations on suspicion of public health violations. According to an email sent to students this afternoon, the university has completed or is currently investigating nearly 450 students, 9 organizations. So far, 14 students have been referred for emergency suspension. suspension. Travel restrictions in the United States shared borders with Canada and Mexico have been extended through October 21st. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection Commissioner made the announcement on Twitter today. Officials say the restrictions are there to continue to slow the spread of the virus. The announcement marks the latest extension of restrictions on non-essential travel after limits were initially put in place in late March. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson admitted today that a second wave of coronavirus is, quote, inevitable. Speaking to reporters this afternoon, Johnson acknowledged the rise of infections all across Europe, pointing to a second wave. He says he does not want to impose a second national lockdown. Instead, he said people need to follow preventive measures put forth by health officials. The Packers' home opener is this Sunday against the Lions. There won't be anyone in the stadium for at least the first two home games, but there's still hope beyond that for fans to return this year. Kia Murray reports.
It was bizarre. It was almost eerie to be in probably one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL, and I mean, you could hear crickets.
That was the feel last week as the Packers took on the Vikings in Minnesota. The first home game at Lambeau Field won't be any different, and the stadium will be just as empty as the parking lot. But that could be changing.
We're working with local health officials and really going to rely on them. But, you know, for instance, the positivity rate in terms of testing, we want to see that below 5%.
Once Wisconsin sees those numbers, the Packers say fans could come back as early as November. And in the meantime, the team is watching others as it considers when to start allowing tailgating and fan attendance.
What we're looking at now is for the November 1st game against the Vikings, we'd like to make a decision that first week in October.
Plus, some harder numbers on the financial impact.
It's a big hit financially. Roughly a third of our revenue is local revenue, and the big chunk of that is ticket revenue.
And as for Murphy's message to Packers fans,
if you're in Green Bay, you know, do everything you can to make sure that our virus numbers, the infection rates go down, because that's going to be the key, and the decision's really going to be made based on science. You know, we'd love to have fans. It would be great, but we're not going to put the community at risk.
Kia Murray reporting. Murphy says the final decision should come by that date, the first week of October. And still to come tonight, the annual Salvation Army Red Kettle campaign getting off to an early start this year. We'll tell you why, the details when we come back.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's 4-day semi-annual customer appreciation appliance sale is on. Thank you for more than 50 years of business. Save up to 50% off top brand appliances while they last. And free doorstep delivery within 5 days at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Your family has a wide range of personalities. And so does ours. With Volkswagen's wide range of SUVs, you can all ride together. Or not. Click, call, or come by your Volkswagen dealer today and get 0% APR financing for 60 months on 2020 Atlas Cross Sport models.
Gene, did you know Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies?
That's great.
That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? John Stamos to knit you a scarf?
I'll finish, Gene. Enjoy.
Thank you.
I give.
The stitch work is impeccable.
That's just a double fleck pattern with a reverse garter stitch. No big deal.
Is your hair this soft?
Softer.
Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th.
During Joe Biden's 47 years in Washington, Made in America was replaced with Made in China. Biden's bad trade deals put China first, and American workers paid the price. Millions of jobs lost to Mexico and China. Donald Trump is the jobs president. He helped create millions of jobs. Factories returned. African Americans, Hispanic Americans, and women saw record gains. President Trump will always put America first.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
During the 4-day customer appreciation sale at Ashley Home Store, we're offering a mattress deal so good, we've never offered it before, and we may never be able to again. Hurry, it's through Monday only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Hi, folks. Saturday morning, locally owned businesses need your help now more than ever.
We'll explain several ways you can support them this weekend and get something out of it for yourself. Join us Saturday at 5 and 8.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. The Salvation Army is getting a jump on its annual Red Kettle campaign. As early as next week, the Salvation Army will be taking donations online, and you can donate by heading to salvationarmydanecounty.org. Last year's campaign raised more than $550,000 locally. The bell ringers won't be out yet. They will start sometime in November. That's the plan. On orders from President Trump, the Commerce Department says it'll ban Americans from downloading the popular Chinese app TikTok as of midnight Sunday. The administration is claiming it is due to national security concerns. This means come Sunday, TikTok will no longer be available on U.S. app stores at midnight for current users. They won't see much change, though, other than no more access to any updates. The Commerce Department announced it'll also block the message app WeChat until they're both sold to an American company. California-based Oracle is in talks with TikTok.
Once Oracle takes control of TikTok, now they're not getting all of TikTok. They're basically starting an American division that Oracle will control. And that leads us to another question is, once all this rolls into place, will there be two TikToks? American TikTok run by Oracle, and then the rest of the world TikTok, run by China? We still don't know.
Well, TikTok, hugely popular with about 100 million users in the U.S. President Trump has repeatedly pushed TikTok to make a deal. In a statement, TikTok said it disagrees with the Commerce Department decision, and it will continue to challenge what it calls an unjust executive order. 3 years after it happened, the Trump administration today announced $13 billion in additional aid for Puerto Rico to help with rebuilding in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria. That was 2017. In the 3 years since the storm made landfall, the rebuilding process has been slow and it has been costly. In November 2018, White House officials told congressional leaders the president did not want any additional relief funding sent to the island. Alabama's Governor Kay Ivey flew over the damage today that Hurricane Sally left behind this week. The storm killed at least one person in that state after blowing in on Wednesday as a Category 2 hurricane, dumping feet of water on Gulf Coast communities.
Y'all, we knew that Hurricane Sally had the potential to be a devastating storm. But y'all, it's really bad. I'm sure it could be worse. But what I've seen this morning in the flyover of Gulf Shores and Orange Beach and Port Morgan, it's really, really bad.
Sally is the fourth hurricane to make landfall in the U.S. this year. It also hit on the 16th anniversary of the devastating Hurricane Ivan. That storm struck many of the very same places along Alabama's coastline there and the Florida Panhandle. National Hurricane Service has named another 3 storms, using up all the names for 2020 hurricanes, now requiring letters of the Greek alphabet to be used. Tropical Storm Wilfred formed today in the eastern Atlantic, and the subtropical storm Alpha developed near Portugal. Neither storm will affect the United States, but Tropical Storm Beta in the Gulf of Mexico could affect the Texas coast with rain and wind this weekend into early next week. We go to Gary now with a closer look at a whole lot of activity in the tropics, Gary.
Yeah, but usually when the tropics are active, our weather stays quiet because these storms lift a lot of air into the atmosphere. It flows north and then sinks and causes high pressure to form, and that's why our weather's been very quiet around here. But we have powerful Hurricane Teddy that eventually could affect the Canadian Maritimes. We have Tropical Storm Wilfred, the last of the names on the U.S. list. And then we have Subtropical Storm Alpha forming very far north in the Atlantic Ocean, very unusual. That will move into Portugal and Spain over the next day or so. And then we have Tropical Storm Beta. So we're now into the letters of the Greek alphabet. And Beta right now, kind of disorganized. Maximum sustained winds, 60 miles per hour, moving north-northeast at 12 miles per hour. Most of the thunderstorm activity is north and east of the center. But the latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center veers it back toward the west, makes it a Category 1 hurricane. Then as it approaches the Texas coast, notice what it does. It slows down and kind of moves along the coast as either a strong tropical storm or a minimal hurricane. Now, the winds will cause some damage, but the slow movement into the area between Corpus Christi and Houston could bring tons of rain, and then some of that rain could make it into Louisiana, and then eventually some of that moisture could work its way northward and give us a chance for rain toward the end of next weekend. Three things you need to know in the forecast for this weekend. We have the potential for some overnight frost north of Madison tonight. We have a nice weekend ahead, though, with plenty of sunshine and then mild weather through next week with high temperatures in the 70s and plenty of sunshine. High temperatures today, upper 50s to lower 60s, a little bit below normal, but upper level winds right now are out of the north and northwest coming from central Canada. That's gotten rid of a lot of the wildfire smoke that we've seen in recent days, but eventually the jet stream will flatten out and we'll start to see some of that smoke come back. Meantime, there's beta in the Gulf of Mexico, the upper level wind staying north of it, so it's just kind of meander around in the Gulf of Mexico, and then as that air flows northward, it sinks and causes this large area of high pressure to develop, and that's kind of where we are right now. Cool weather, the air sinks a little bit. Temperatures right now are already in the 30s in northern Wisconsin, upper 40s to around 50 here in southern parts of the state, but with the light winds and the clear skies overnight, there's the potential for some frost. Then tomorrow, the winds start to become a little more southerly or southeasterly, and then as we head through tomorrow night into Sunday, notice those winds staying out of the south. That will start the temperatures warming up, and by Monday, we'll look for high temperatures perhaps into the lower 70s and mid to upper 70s for the rest of the week. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, continued cool, high temperature at 63 degrees, and the 7 to 10 day forecast, again, those temperatures climbing into the 70s beginning on Monday. I did have to add a chance of rain from Saturday night into Sunday of next weekend. Still kind of iffy. Some of that could be moisture from beta if it makes it this far north. Otherwise, we're looking at a dry forecast again.
That's pretty good. I mean, we can handle 63, so kind of a little fall feel.
Yeah, I don't mind at all.
Nice. Keep that air conditioner off for good, hopefully. We'll see. Next week it'll warm up. Gary, thank you. Just ahead in sports, the Brewers brought out their big bats for the Royals. Have another big inning. Push the crew ahead for good. Jackson next with sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Our current president has failed. He's failed to protect us. He's failed to protect America. As president, I'll make you a promise. I'll protect America without exception every time. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Maine Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big, big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Right now, you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2020 Toyota RAV4. To learn more about this and other great offers, visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Uneven surfaces are a major hazard to your family, friends, and employees. Don't risk another fall. Let Concrete Lifting Technologies raise up your pavement. Our minimally intrusive process uses polyurethane to level sunken concrete and provide an even surface. Plus, this process is a fraction of the cost to replacing your driveway. Concrete Lifting Technologies, Southern Wisconsin's premier concrete leveling specialists. For a free estimate, contact us today.
Lately, we've come to
appreciate what home has to offer. Right now at Feldco, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest for 1 year. That'll help keep your home and your family warm, safe, and comfortable all year long. That's something we've been providing for almost 50 years. Let Feldco get you ready for colder weather. Buy one window, get one free now.
Final days, hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
We can't deal with an economic crisis until you beat the pandemic. You can't have an economic comeback when almost 1,000 Americans die each day from COVID. Mr. President, do your job. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
The Rose Bowl game was the last time Wisconsin played a football game. That was a long time ago. Since then, they didn't have spring ball and rode an emotional roller coaster to get to this point. But football's back, and the Badgers are excited to be back. Now, a lot of things have to be figured out, like a schedule, and they have to get used to hitting again. But don't worry, they'll be ready for October.
If we didn't have it this fall, I didn't really know what I'd be doing. I'd probably be pretty bored, not used to this much free time or anything. But yeah, it's just an exciting opportunity and an opportunity to play a sport we love.
We made sure we stayed prepared, the last coming months, just because, who knows what could have happened. And it came out a little earlier than a lot of us expected. And I know a lot of the guys are ready.
The Packer defense will be without Kenny Clark this Sunday. Matt LaFleur officially ruled his D tackle out against the Lions. Clark injured his groin in the second quarter against the Vikings and didn't practice all week. Reedsburg had a really good season last year. They finished 8-3 and made it to level 2 in the playoffs. This year, there's a whole bunch of new for the football team, though. They graduated 22 seniors and have 2 new head coaches in Quinn Hobbs and Mike Ribrick. But the one thing that hasn't changed, their motto, Beavers hit hard. And it's something these Beavers take with them every snap they play.
I guess that's kind of how we play. We just want to be a tough, physical team. So it's in everything that we do, in every drill, every time we break out.
To us, that's everything. It's offense, defense, special teams. Every quarter, every play, go out there and do our best.
No matter if it's one play or the whole game, you always give it your all and you just hit hard. And it's not just one person, it's the whole team giving their best.
Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Giannis. That's it. That's the list. Those 3 are the only players in the NBA history to be named MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. And the Bucks forward did it in a landslide, receiving 85 of the 101 first-place votes. And for Giannis, going back-to-back would make his younger self proud.
My younger self probably would tell myself right now, I'm extremely proud of what you have accomplished. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. The goal is always to be the best. The goal is always to win the championship. The goal is always to make a team successful.
The Brewers need to win to keep pace with the Reds and the Cardinals, who both won tonight. Jacob Nottingham got the message. The sheriff sends one to the pick and save seats. His grand slam, part of a 6-run fourth for the Crew. Right now, they're up 9-5 in the ninth. We're back after this.
That. Jacob Nottingham continues to swing a hot bat. Boy, some kind of...
Ashley Home Store's 4-day semi-annual customer appreciation sale is on with a deal we've never offered before and may never be able to offer again. Hurry in, this sale can't be extended through Monday only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
I was sworn into the United States Senate in a hospital. My wife and daughter had been killed in an automobile crash. And lying in the bed were my 2 little boys. I couldn't have imagined what it would have been like if I didn't have insurance that covered them immediately and fully. 40 years later, one of those little boys, my son Bo, was diagnosed with terminal cancer, given months to live. I can't fathom what would have happened if the insurance companies had the power to say, last few months, you're on your own. The fact of the matter is, healthcare is personal to me. Obamacare is personal to me. When I see the President of the United States try to eliminate this healthcare in the middle of a public health crisis, that's personal to me too. We got to build on what we did because every American deserves affordable healthcare. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Celebrate and save during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's 65th anniversary sale going on now. To commemorate 65 years, we're offering incredible anniversary savings throughout the store. Like this 65th anniversary Yeti tumbler, $29.99. Save $50 on this Milwaukee 2-tool combo kit. And bonus bags of KT Wild Bird food are just $9.99. Don't miss incredible 65th anniversary savings. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Steinhaffel's biggest Labor Day sale ever has been extended. These are the final days to get incredible deals on furniture you love. Save 35% store-wide, free in-carton shipping, and take 5 years to pay with Steinhaffel's special financing. This is your last chance to take advantage of Labor Day pricing on living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture, plus all of our mattresses, including Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beauty Rest. Hurry in. This is your last chance to save big during Steinhaffel's Labor Day sale.
I've spent better than half my life and most of my adult life, in the military. 2016, I voted for Donald Trump. Leaders are responsible for everything their organization does or fails to do. When I saw those commercials about, this is what a Biden presidency will bring. No, this is what you have brought. Everything that we have going on today, that's on you. Joe Biden is the first Democrat I'll vote for president. You want a commander-in-chief you can trust, and I think you can trust Joe Biden.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
During the 4-day customer appreciation sale at Ashley Home Store, we're offering a mattress deal so good, we've never offered it before, and we may never be able to again. Hurry, it's through Monday only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Donate your winter coats to Coats for Kids.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, the popular handheld Nintendo 3DS is being discontinued. Over the years, Nintendo has sold more than 75 million of them worldwide. Originally launched in 2011, the device was designed to replace the old Game Boy and the Nintendo DS. Now it's making way for the hugely popular Nintendo Switch. Gary rejoins us. Final check of the weekend forecast.
I think we still have some Game Boy.
Don't we all end up with games all over our house that we don't know what to do with?
Pull them out of mothballs this weekend. There's not much going on in the weather. 49 right now in Madison. That's one of the warmer temperatures around already in the 30s north of the Dells, where a frost advisory is in effect from 1 a.m. until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look for skies to be clear overnight. Low temperature of Madison about 40. High tomorrow 63 with sunny skies, and then a warm up as we head through the weekend and into the 70s next week. Next chance of rain probably Saturday night into Sunday of next weekend.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. We want to close the look at the growing memorial outside the United States Supreme Court after the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Stay with News 3 Now and CBS News for coverage throughout the weekend. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and have a good night.